Hello, folks. Welcome to today's webinar, Getting Started with Interactive Video Creation with Togo Tiki. So today's topics, we're going to look at a couple examples of what exactly is an interactive video. We're going to use a silly little recipe item that we've got on how a video can work. We'll see how interactive video can be used for a real estate home tour. Then we're going to go over some of the principles of interactive videos, and then we're going to actually create an interactive video. From our audience list, we know that we've got a couple different types of people here. We've got some who are just interested in knowing, like, how can I use an interactive video? What is it? But they have no plans of ever making one. They've got somebody else on their team who will do that. So we'll make sure you understand what it can do. We also have some folks on here that are actually the doers. They need to make the interactive videos. So we'll make sure we cover enough information for you as well. Let's first just look at a couple simple videos. So the first one that you can see here is what appears to be making a recipe. So this is a pumpkin bread recipe. As you can see in Togo Tiki, we've got our video player right here, central. On the left, we've added some HTML. This is all coming from Togo Tiki. You can embed hyperlinks right into that HTML. Easy to do, no need for a separate website. Now, as soon as I hit play, one of the things that happened here was I was able to put some overlays right on the screen. What's nice is these are sitting on top of the video, which means I can interact with them while the video is playing. So right now I've got one example here. I've put a text box on the screen. Plus I've done 3 buttons down here. What I'm going to do is I'll start the video, and then we're going to interact with these buttons, and you're going to see some of the different things that can happen with an interactive video. I'm going to turn the volume off on this video. Here we go. So if I say go to video, I've just switched, and I've gone to a different spot in that video. I went to the end. I can go back to check ingredients, which is where I left from. I'm right back to here. I can open another video. So maybe I need more information about a particular topic. I can embed a video inside a video. I can even create an order now opportunity. So what I've done is I've connected this to a shopping cart right with inside, in this case, Etsy, taking me to order some pumpkin bread. If I come back to here, a couple other things. I can make these hyperlinks, shopping cart events. So here, 3.5 cups all-purpose flour, order King Arthur flour. I click that. And I'm open right into a shopping cart here, ready to go. If you notice, this has been paused. I can hit the continue button. More opportunities for text to come up, and the events can come up at different times in the video. Here again is another pause video item that I put in, a button with some text. When you click this, what I've done here is clicking this event enabled that continue. So let's say you're administering a test, or you want to make sure certain content is definitely being checked. You can make that happen. Now just continue. I'm going to jump right to the end here. So some of the nice things here is I've created at the end kind of an index, allowing the user to jump back to any of the important parts in the video that they may want to go back and review. We can also make a button, open up a PDF. So as long as that PDF's out there and available, in this case, here's the pumpkin bread recipe. Perfect. So that's just one example of many of the features that can be done in interactive video using a recipe as kind of a framework for what you might do with it. Let's check out another. We also have a real estate home tour. How might we use an interactive video capabilities within a real estate home tour? We'll hit play. Turn off those speakers. Now notice, just now, I'm pausing the video at this point. this button appeared at 7 seconds. I'm going to continue the video. And then at 10 seconds, another button appeared. So I can control the timing of when these buttons are appearing. Now, what I haven't shown you yet is what can we do with those buttons. Let's jump forward a little bit. Here we are in the kitchen. So here we've got 3 buttons, all, in our case, we labeled them 360 view. So let's see what happens. Click one of these. Now I'm in that kitchen and I am using a 360 image that's been taken. Can also click this one. Now keep in mind, all of this content is being housed inside Tokotiki. All of the capabilities of making this are inside Tokotiki. Or in this case, maybe I want to take the user to a complete 360 virtual tour. So we're watching a video virtual tour, but again, remember, Tokotiki can do a complete 360 virtual tour. So we're going to click this one. Again, all of this 360 tour is in Tokotiki. All the media, the creation, the tools to make it, assemble it. And Tokotiki even does picture-in-picture for your 360s, which now allows you to do picture-in-picture inside your virtual tours. So in this case, what I've done is I've taken that same video that we were watching a moment ago, and I've embedded it into the 360 virtual tour, allowing me to have narration as the user goes through the house. Pretty cool. So those were 2 examples of how a video can be made interactive. We've been able to place buttons and text boxes, and we can pause it. We can ask for user interaction. We're going to go on and go a little bit, walk through some of that again, just to recap. Understanding videos and overlays. So at this point, we've talked previously in other webinars about the file library, that is where you get your media, your videos, your pictures, your 360s into Tokotiki. Then we've got our scene managers, which is where you enrich it. This is where you're going to really be doing your video overlays. And obviously, you can publish and share it. So what is a video overlay? A video overlay is content that will appear on top of your video during playback. The basic properties of a video overlay is, do you want the video to pause during the overlay or not? What is the begin time when the overlay needs to appear? How do you want the overlay to end? There are 3 different types of overlay endings. You can either specify a specific duration that the overlay should stay on the screen. You can ask for some kind of user action. Perhaps they have to click a button. Or the overlay can stay on the screen the entire time and appear after the video is ended. We call that an end screen. And then what types of items can I add in an overlay? Well, the basic 2 are text box and buttons that will appear in your overlay. So let's talk about text box and buttons. So with a text box, you can format and position the text box anywhere you want, and you can create hyperlinks inside the text box, to another URL, another website. Then the other type, which is a bit more powerful, is the button overlay. Again, you can format and position the button overlay anywhere on the screen, and buttons can be configured to take a variety of actions, such as opening another piece of media, navigating to a different scene, opening a URL, and much more. A single overlay can have one or more of the items in it, and a video scene can have multiple overlays. Let me repeat that. A single overlay can have one or more items. So a single overlay can have multiple text box and multiple buttons that will all appear on the screen at the same time, and then will all leave the screen at the same time. And an individual video can have more than one overlay. One question we get a lot is, can overlays overlap? Yes, they can. So you can start one overlay and it's running, and then start another overlay later. This is an interesting effect for emphasizing information or asking questions. So, let's get at it. Let's see what it's like to create an overlay. There are a few basic steps we're going to take you through. 1, we're going to open a video scene where you want to put the overlay. 2, we're going to open the overlay tool. 3, we're going to select add. 4, we're going to define the overlay properties. And then we're going to add a text overlay and a button overlay. Pretty simple. Let's get started. Okay, so here I am on my home screen inside Togotiki. I'm going to go in to Scene Manager. I'm going to create a brand new scene here. Again, it needs to be a video scene, so I can right away just filter for my videos. I'll take this video here. We'll say OK. So the system has created the scene for me, and it's bringing me right into the edit mode for that scene. So there I can see my video. I come to my overlay tool, which is over here. I can open this up, and I can click Add New. So now let's play this video to where we want it to start.
As of 19.
We'll say we want it to start here. I just stopped it at 3 seconds. So you notice the timer went to 3 seconds. I can give my overlay a name. First overlay. I get to pick the type of overlay. Does it pause the video or not? I'm going to say no, I'm not going to pause the video. If I had said yes, I get some different options here. But we're just going to go with the no. It's not going to pause the video. It's going to stay on the screen for, say, 5 seconds. So I'm going to hit save. So now it immediately takes me over, do I want to do a text overlay or a button overlay? Well, let's do a text overlay. Let's give it a name. Put some content in here. You can see the overlay window has now appeared. All right, so I've typed it. It's a little hard to see. So let's take our font and we'll make that yellow so it has a nice contrast. Let's make it a little bit bigger here. Let's increase our font size. Increase the size of that text box. Shift it over to here. Okay, let's say I'm done there. All right, so we'll save that. Well, I can see there's my first overlay. It's set up. It's going to start at 3 seconds. I can choose to edit or delete it. Let's go back and let's edit it. So there it is. It took me to my 3 seconds. I can see my text overlay. Now I want to add a button. So we'll come over to the button control. I hit add. All right, so there's the button appearing on my screen in the center. I'll be able to move it and place it. And we'll say, look at Google. All right, well, whatever that's all about. We'll change our background color. We'll make it red and we'll hit apply. Let's move it over here. We can obviously change our text color. We can change our size. Now, here are some of the action options we have. We can link it to a URL. We can pick a piece of media. We can have it do an action, or we can jump to. Jump to is taking us to another spot in the video. For this one, let's say let's change this. Let's say we'll pick media. So it brings up my media chooser. There, I've got some cabins right away. Again, remember I can do a lot of filtering here, so I'm just going to pick images. Boom. All right. So I picked an image there. I want that button to be a little bigger. Maybe I want the font to be a little larger. There we go. And maybe I want to add another button. So let's add another button. So we're going to add another button. This one's going to be button 2. Button text is look at Cave 360. All right. We'll leave it as gray. We'll leave the text there. This time we're going to pick media again. But this time we're going to go for a 360 image. So we'll filter here. And we'll hop into this cave here, Smoky Bridge. Say OK. We'll move this over here. All right. Now we'll save that. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the Scene Manager tool already, up here you can always click this right here so that we can go preview that. It's going to open it up in a new tab. We'll hit play.
So here at Carter Caves,
turn those speakers off. I'm going to hit pause here just so you can see. Now, it started at 3 seconds. We set the duration for 5. So when I hit resume, it's going to end at 8 seconds. But these icons, these buttons are appearing. If I say look at cottage, boom, I've got a picture of my cottage. If I look at the cave, I get that. And now it's resuming the play automatically, and the content goes away. So now what we've done in a matter of a few seconds is taken a video, made a scene, added text, added buttons onto that video, and that is ready to publish. This scene right here can be shown to anybody that needs to see it. And I can even get an embed code right here, and I can put that on any website that I wanted. Perfect. For more information and resources, we have this available for you at any time. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed the creation of interactive videos with Togo Tiki.